I'm on the controversial train because everything I'm about to say in this video could possibly be a problem for many people. Anybody who has a spiritual awakening will go through a dark night of the soul. A dark night of the soul is basically when you experience an awakening where you go from being unconscious to conscious, from being asleep to things that rule you, to knowing a lot about them and having that access to some sort of knowing. When you're at the dark night of the soul, usually you'll look for research, you look for esoteric symbols like I did, tarot, crystals, meditation, everything that made spirituality really, really fun, like astral projections, blah, 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 third eye, chakra, blah, blah. By the way, I still agree with all these things. I just don't think they are the end goal because unfortunately, that still is not really doing the work. It helps you do the work. These are permission slips. Like Bashar said, when you meditate, you're giving your body the permission to relax and accept a new reality. You're learning how to let go, etc., etc. These things are still very, 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 very important when you're awakening because I don't know, for me, I went from, being a very orthodox Christian when I was younger. Teenager, I was an atheist. Don't ask why, I love science. And then I was awakened. And then, of course, I went through all my little esoteric things. By the way, I still love those things. Why I'm making this video today is because I don't want people to fall into the same trap of not being able to go over that. There was a moment during my awakening where I thought, like, being pagan is not that bad. Who on earth has been casting so much judgment on paganism? I'm not saying that there's any issues with the way that I thought, but it was the fact that when you're going through your awakening, you're so open and you're so accepting of many ways of thinking. You shouldn't fixate on one and think that's it. Same thing with New Age spirituality. Bear in mind, I am New Age spirituality, so I'm not hating. I love the things that I talk about on this channel because I believe 100%. But over the year where I've come down from my travels, I'm back integrated into working again and I'm doing the things that normal average people do. Like before, I wasn't able to really do that. When I went through my spiritual awakening, I was basically like really lost. I was like, I can't be back. I couldn't work for a year. I couldn't really eat the things that I used to eat. I was vegan for a time being. I'm going to get into that too. Realize that no matter how much hard work we do, no matter how much we want something to be a specific way, spirituality is so much more above that. Spirituality is about knowing that honestly, there is no consequence. You could be Christian today, whatever you want to be tomorrow, pagan, or join the Islamic faith or whatever. Outside of this earth, literally, it does not matter. You could be a serial killer and trust me, it would not matter. The only person that it would matter to is your soul, because your soul will be carrying these experiences around with it for eternity. Okay, so let's say you are a serial killer this lifetime. I hope nobody who's a serial killer is watching this channel, but let's say you are one. When you leave this planet, it's up to you to decide if those actions that you took on this earth were good and how they made you feel, etc., etc. This planet holds karma, yes, but the karma isn't of the planet. It's the karma that you take with you as a soul. And this is exactly why I don't believe in hell and heaven. Yes, these places do exist, but they only exist when you create it in your mind and tell yourself you're going to hell. Yes, heaven exists and people have experienced heaven and people have experienced hell. These things exist, but however, they're only a fragment of the mind. If you believe it, you're gonna go wherever you believe you need to go. That's why some religions are very real for some people, and they're also, like, in a different religions, also very, very real. Because we're powerful, okay? We're souls with so much power, okay? Like, gosh, we are God. So we can create. That brings me to another thing, wars. When there's a war, I literally was having this conversation with my friend the other day. People that die in these wars, they agree to die. These are soul contracts. And people that die in car accidents, soul contracts. Like, nothing happens without the soul's agreement to death. And I'm only exaggerating this now because I have, seen a lot of things on the media to feel guilty. We're made to feel ashamed or whatever, whatever. And I'm just here to say that's only going to circle around more shame, guilt, fear. We need to understand that everybody in every single circumstance on this planet agreed to be there. And we need to stop looking at everybody as if they're incapable. If their soul chose to be there, then it was supposed to happen, okay? I'm not gonna be, hopefully nobody here gets mad. I've gone through my own share pain, and you could say that, well, technically I'm not in those situations, so I shouldn't be talking about it, but it's not about that. I'm trying to let you know that we have so much power. We are very, 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 very powerful. I mean, I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, our soul does not care for things to be right or wrong. The soul just wants to experience. And if it comes down on planet Earth and chooses a human body that is a part of the carbon cycle and enters the body, has agreement with the body, la la la, we take care of the body. If things that are bad happen, we're infinite. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's say this world crumbles, we're infinite enough to make another one. We will make another one if we need to. It takes billions of years, but I'm just trying to tell you how powerful we are. Like, you don't understand. You don't understand that everybody here chose to do the things that they're doing. There is free will, lots of it. But deaths, all these horrible things that do happen are agreed upon, okay? This is why you have people who go through the most in life, and you have people who are literally like the most protected people, and you think, like, how are these two things existing at once? Because these people didn't agree to experience these things, and these people are not agreeing to experience these things. It's all an agreement thing. We have so much freedom, so please don't feel guilty, don't feel ashamed, don't feel fear, don't feel anything, because when we leave this earth, okay, none of it matters. The common stuff doesn't matter. Which religion you belong to doesn't matter. What race does not matter. And this also leads me to tell you, if we don't really matter that much, because we've really inflated how much importance we have as humans, we're not really that important. Yes, this human body is important. It builds things and we do things with our bodies. But the soul, yeah, we're very powerful, but guys, we're not important enough to be like we're better than another person, better than the trees, the leaves. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're all a part of God, then the animals, the leaves, everything, the ocean, okay, is all a part of our system. So we need to treat everybody the same and not feel so guilty when these things do happen. These things will happen to you too. You will make mistakes. But when you leave this planet, you're not going to care. Like, my father just passed away, and I'm not grieving. I'm so happy for him. Like, the way he passed wasn't great, but I'm so happy for him. He gets to be in peace. Like, he gets to live up there. He gets to decide for himself what he made out of this lifetime. I don't have much interaction with him, but I'm just happy that he is probably fine up there. Foods. And with spirituality, we need to realize that this the body, the brain, the heart, the body gets to decide what is good for it and what is not good for it. So when I became very spiritual, I decided to become a vegan, and I got sick twice. And there was a moment of time where I was really trying, really trying. I even had mood board, whatever. But I realized being vegan reminded me of the reasons why I was vegan every day. So it was creating more negativity and more guilt the more I even tried to be more vegan. And then, it was creating these loops of, oh, these animals are still suffering. Yeah, I'm vegan, but everybody else around me is not vegan. So it kept reminding me of the negativity that I believed. That's why I was probably sick, I can't lie. And that's another thing as well. Allergies, illnesses, everything starts with what you believe, okay? This is why affirmations work so well. They work so well because they tap into the parts of you that do believe things. And you literally can reprogram your mind to believe something else. Like, that's how malleable we really are. We're so malleable that we can literally tell ourselves something we don't believe, and eventually we do believe it. And then it becomes true. We're really, really powerful. That's why we shouldn't feel so bad about wars, about things that are really horrible that happen on this planet, about things being destructed, about things not being right, about people not eating right. We shouldn't care because we're powerful. We should understand that if we're powerful, then the things that are happening to those people, or, you know, the diets and stuff like that, we shouldn't have to worry about it. We don't need to change people because everybody is doing what they need to do. The only thing that we should really worry about is experiencing our life to the fullest. If one of us can do it, like one by one, trust me, we're going to be fine. And either way, we're going to leave this planet, take our memories with us. That'll be it. So please leave the suffering behind, okay? Just don't attach that much necessity to a way of being, because there is no way of being. Every way of being has a meaning. Literally everything that's happening on this planet right now, when we leave it, you're gonna realize, like, of course it's happening like that. Of course. There's literally no other way. Yes, it could be less suffering. There is a lot of dense energy on this planet. However, it's all an experience. Like one lady said, we come from positivity. We come from the sun and the allness and the one connectedness. We know positive. We really do. But we don't know negative, which exacerbates positive. Okay, so we come down to earth, to places where there's lower energy fields. Not to say that we can't create higher energy fields on this planet, because we are doing it right now. There's a lot of improvements, but it's where we learn. It's the only way that you can learn is by experiencing the opposite polarity. That being said, guys, yes, believe. Do your chakras, do your tarot, do your esoteric, be a Christian, be a Muslim, be anything you want to be a tree, be a pagan. I really couldn't care. I don't think we should care at all. But all you need to know is we don't need to change anyone, because that's the whole point of spirituality. If you really believe spirituality, that's just the one thing. Actually, it's about three. Love everybody. That means you let everybody do what the fuck they want to do and accept whatever they've chosen to live out this experience. And yes, some things will be perceived as bad on this planet, but when we leave this planet, it's just an experience. It's like a flash. It's like a dream. All we remember is the feelings. I'm feeling very, very much like I need to speak out now for some reason. Maybe the earth is going through a transformative time. Maybe we are really all going through a dark night of the soul, and some of us will go through it multiple times in a lifetime if we end up losing ourselves. As long as your mind is free of how things need to be, or fixed mindset, as long as this is free for you to understand that there is no single way. It's all very mixed, okay? It's all very like, do whatever the hell you want to do, because there's no right way to do anything. And if anybody judges you for not being a certain way, just know that they weren't able to be free. Like, this is freedom, okay? To not really see bad or good, but to just see the things that are happening and experience it. This does not mean passiveness, by the way. I'm not saying to be passive. I'm saying to learn, to have a look, to examine the way people behave, okay? And let that reflect back to you, because unfortunately we're all one. We're all here. So it adds to your work. It adds to your soul's development. This will also, trust me, the more you observe, the more you just experience, the more you're likely to elevate our world. Because now you don't judge. That means you're healing, number one. And number two, you're loving. Like, it just can't get any better. You're not a threat to people. I mean, some people will see you as a threat, but you're not really a threat to the soul. people will know who you are really at deep down. Anyway, enough gibberish. I've really enjoyed talking to you guys about this. I think this is like urgent news, so yeah. I love you guys very much. Please stay free, stay blessed, stay loved, and most importantly, love thyself.